Hello. I hope you're having a great summer. I haven't been doing these videos for a very long time, but it has enabled me to do a number of other things personally, which I have relished. However, I am coming to you today because I want to talk to you about these. I have just bought a whole bunch of certificates that enable two people to have a trip in various places, and I am going to give you one of these, but I want to tell you about them so you can make an informed decision as to how you would use it and if you want it for that matter. So these are this set is for two people, 7 nights at a resort in Mexico, Cancun, Cabo San Lucas, or Puerto Vallarta. This resort enables two people to have 6 nights at a resort in the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, or Costa Rica. And this one, I only have one of these. This is 3 days, 2 nights for two people in either Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, Mesquite, or Laughlin, Nevada. Here's how this works. So I bought them from this guy. These resorts in these locations, this is a way that they fill their resorts. And so after I said, I want to go on one of these because I just want to make sure that it's legit, and especially if I'm giving them out to you guys. So the way that it worked is there's a email here on the back, not an email, a website, www.requestmytrip.com. I went there, I filled out the 5 questions that they asked, and about, I don't know, 3 days later, I got an email that said, hey, you're in our system now. We need you to complete this document. So it's like a PDF, and it asks various things like, who are you traveling with? What's your phone number? All that kind of, what's your passport number? And then it asked, what are 2 dates, at least 60 days in advance, that you can travel. So I gave those 2 dates. Both of them were in November for me. And I'm going to be traveling with a friend. And so in the form, I also said, hey, we're 2 women, non-romantic, traveling together. We need 2 beds. And we're not into the party scene. So keep that in mind. When they had sent this document, it included a bunch of resorts that they work with, which changes all the time. Now, the resorts that are included in the certificate are what they call standard resorts. Then they have an upgrade, if you want it, go to the all-inclusive resorts. So an example of, if I bring up, so here's what it came up for me. Here are the standard resorts, like in Jamaica, and here are the upgraded ones. I had to pay $180. So whomever you give this to, they're going to have to pay $180 unless you cover that for them. But that's the basic for a standard package. So in my case, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, those are my standards right there. However, my friend and I are definitely going to upgrade. So here were the examples they gave of the all-inclusive. So I went into some of these, checked them out. This Rio brand is a European brand. Now, it's a perfectly fine brand. But when I looked at online to look at some of the reviewers from YouTube and so forth that were at these, many of these Rio properties are 20-something, young 30-something couples, no kids. Whoop, party central, right? They talk about the best parties in Punta Cana and all this kind of stuff. And we're not really into the loud scene at this age. So I looked at Secrets Royal Beach and I looked at Dream Punta Cana. And I specifically, in the form that I sent them, said, we're not looking for a big party. Looks like some of these Rio brands are pretty loud. Really more interested in something a little nicer. So I think the Al Sol one maybe was one that looked okay too. But, we were just looking for a smaller resort, not, 1,000 people there. And really, families as well as single people, just kind of a mix, based on that. So I sent that off. I haven't heard from them yet, but that was just last week. And I had to send half of the deposit, which was $90. 180 divided by 2, $90. But I checked on there that I'm interested in all-inclusive. So I don't know now if they're going to call me. I don't know what the next step is, but once I know, I will be able to pass that on. So in your case, these are not to be used as live auction or silent auction items. They are prize only. And the reason being, I'm going to just scroll down here a little bit more if you want to look at the Costa Rica. I don't have the Mexico options because I'm not going to Mexico, but that gives you an idea. So what you could use them as a door prize. Everybody who arrives by 7 o'clock is entered into a drawing for one of these. You could use them as a young professional thing. Maybe, you're trying to attract young professionals and you use this at a young professional portion of your gala. I've got a couple of galas that do that. They have the young professionals come a little bit later in the night. That would be a good prize for them. It could be used maybe to attract, if you're a new guest coming, you could use it for just new guests. You could use it as probably a bucket raffle prize. I wouldn't make it a big ticket item if you're going to do it that way. I really it could be one of several things. I have used it at a couple of events as a last hero prize. For many of my clients, that wouldn't necessarily work though. But it would be also appropriate to be used as an incentive in the fund needs. So, everybody who gives at least $100, you're entered into a drawing for this certificate. Those are just some ways that it could be used, but it is not to be used as a live auction or a silent auction item. They are not that nice. Okay. And in fact, on the back here, it says compliments of Red Apple Auctions. So I'm not, I don't want it to be in a live auction, silent auction. Okay, so if you want one of those, again, Mexico, 3 choices of locations. Caribbean, 3 choices of locations, Jamaica, Costa Rica, or Punta Cana, which is the Dominican Republic. Or I've got 1 certificate for the Vegas thing, okay? If you want one, let me know. I will mail it to you or I will bring it to the auction, whatever the case might be that works out best for you. And we'll see how we can use it in your auction. Okay, my gift to you. Hope you're having a great summer. I'll talk to you more this fall. Bye.